As the fight against these vampires continued, a secret organization has trained people with remarkable skills. The agent's duty is to protect ordinary people from the forces of evil.
It's said that the West was built on legends, tall tales that help us make sense of things too great or too terrifying to believe. The thing about legends is, sometimes they're true.
Hail to the king, baby.
Man, this game really feels like a game from a bygone era, but in a very good and refreshing kind of way. It really brings together many things I loved about the Xbox and Xbox 360 period of games, or even early comic book movies. So much style, with a minor focus on story and a major focus on being cool as fuck. In Evil West, you play as a gruff Van Helsing-inspired vampire hunter who goes by the name Jesse Rentier, or is it Rentier? Honestly, I don't know, because both are used in-game, and your character never corrects anyone, so who knows. The game starts off on a pretty high note with intense action and explosions, setting a pretty solid tone right off the bat. You get thrown into a quick and easy tutorial, and you're off to whooping vampire ass. Just the way I like. I have one minor nitpick, which is the glowing chains showing interactable places to go because it's so out of place and odd. It's not a big deal, but it's always an eyesore, and I don't really know why it was used. This game has some absolutely beautiful and creative pre-rendered cinematics that I'm a huge fan of, and yet another thing that reminds me of a bygone era of gaming. Evil West's story is pretty much normal popcorn action movie plot, which is a pretty on-brand thing for Flying Wild Hog, who also developed the recent Shadow Warrior games. If you've seen Van Helsing, Hellboy, or something like Jonah Hex, then you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, narratively speaking.
Hey, Hex! What happened to your face?
Myself shaven. What happened to yours?
Jesse has several other characters who assist him throughout the game, most notably Edgar, your friend and kind of role model like Sam Elliott to Nick Cage in Ghost Rider.
That's right.
Amelia, a doctor and leader of the Calico Rentier Institute cell, and last but not least, we have good old Virgil.
Next time, try following the map, kid.
Mr. Jesse!
Okay, alright.
It reminds me a lot of a nerdy Low Wing, mixed with that one dude who makes Xander Cage his gadgets in XXX.
I've always wanted to say this. Fire in the hole.
I'll give you a quick rundown of the main plot objective before we hop into the most important part. So you find this important vampire.
Hey, lads. Wait. I want to go! Ah, what the hell? I was going to tell you
which leads to some bad stuff happening to your headquarters, which then leads you on a revenge-fueled quest to stop the vampire threat by any means necessary. Look, I told you it wasn't the most gripping story, but it is a damn good time regardless. Now let's jump into the fun stuff, the gameplay. Man, the gameplay for me is similar to God of War 2018 and Devil May Cry 5 as far as the combat goes. It has its own tricks up its sleeve, don't worry, but that's a quick and easy comparison. Evil West is really good at constantly and consistently throwing both new enemies and abilities at you, as well as frequent boss fights and new enemy types to keep everything fresh. There's truly never a dull moment, which is good because this game is all about the action and the cinematics, and that's where it shines the brightest. So the gameplay is pretty fast, but not too fast. It has that new God of War clunky kind of feeling that opens up the more you get upgrades and so on. This dated early 2000s feeling game provided me some of the most fun I had in any game in 2022. The boss fights and even the final boss were absolutely perfect and provided adequate challenge. The final boss surprised the hell out of me, both visually and in how difficult it was. In this day and age, most final bosses are a joke, so that provided another layer of satisfaction to the game. Funny enough, I beat the game and got an achievement for not using the health dispensers in the final boss arena, and I was like, I didn't even know there were any, but okay.
Second date. No tongue.
It's a game I would highly recommend to anyone wanting a solid, fun experience reminiscent of the old days. It's a blast of balls to the walls fun from beginning to end, so play it. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Hope you all enjoyed the video, hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.